Hi everyone, I'm the whiskey enthusiast. Welcome back to my channel. This month I'm going to dedicate it to Glenmorangie. September we're going to do 4 reviews of Glenmorangie. I'm going to review the core range of it, the 3 wine finishes, and their premium one, the Signet. And I'm always going to compare, apart from the Signet, the 3 wine finishes with the original 10. Because they literally just build it up on it and then give the finishes onto this whiskey. A little bit of a history of Glenmorangie. This is the box of the original 10. I'm going to talk about their logo. This is called the Signet, and I'll do it when we're tasting the Signet itself. But their specialty is they have the highest stills in Scotland. There's like a little information down there, as you can see. And what it does, what high stills does, is more interaction with copper, meaning smoother whiskey. Copper takes away the rough parts of it, of the whiskey. Well, actually the alcohol at that time that's been distilling, so it's not a whiskey yet, because legally in Scotland, a distilled spirit needs to spend 3 years in oak casks to be legally called whiskey. But the spirit itself that's been distilling, as much copper as it touches, it'll be much more lighter and desirable onto the palate, because copper clears out the rough edges of the spirits. So, what are we going to review? We're going to do the Lasanta today, and we're going to do the Quinta Ruben, we're going to do the Nectar d'Or, and like I said, I'm going to finish with the Signet. Now, Glenmorangie 10, this is the original. You can find it everywhere. It's massively accessible. I'll just show you the bottle. There you go. It's a pretty alright design. They recently changed their labeling, so they're rebranded. And the thing is, people say label change is not always innocent. Their menu, their recipe could have changed. So, as long as, we have these ones, these old ones, let's give it a try, because you'll be able to still find them out and about, but it's going to get harder too. So might as well try them when we have it. Shall we dive into the original? Because this is always going to be what we're going to take a reference point as. Because this Lasanta is basically 2 years more than this. And I'll get to that when I taste the Lasanta. But let's have a quick review of this original 10. Very light, floral, fruity, peach, apricot, apple, juicy apples, orange, malty, just extremely relaxed nose. All sorts of fruits and flowers you can find, it's there. And after this review, I'm not going to touch the Glenmorangie 10 anymore. Basically, you can just watch the Lasanta video to see what my thoughts on it. But just for today's sake, I'm going to do it real quick. Same thing goes on the palate that it goes on the nose. Super malty in a nice way. All sorts of fruits are there, not red fruits, mind you, like pears, apples, and peaches and apricots. It's just so easy and nice to drink. And the finish is medium, short to medium, a little bit of chocolatey, a little bit of nutty. Malt is there, and again, that peach and apricot note is ever present all around all around the throat, all around the mouth. Go ahead, get this one. It's super accessible, very budget friendly. It's a nice dram. It's chill filtered. It's 40% ABV, 10 years of age. I don't know if it's caramel colored, but it's first and second fill ex-bourbon barrels. So you get that bourbon, vanilla, and floral notes all throughout, nose, palate, finish. Now, let's go on to the main thing we're reviewing. This is the Glenmorangie Lasanta. Basically, it's the sherry cask finish version of the original 10. I'll show you the bottle first. There you go. So, what is finishing? Finishing is a further maturation of a whiskey that's can be legally called whiskey after 3 years, into another it doesn't have to be wine cask, but into another cask to impart a little bit of that flavor into the original spirit. And this one is aged in American oak bourbon casks, this one, for 10 years, and then finished in hand-selected sherry casks. And there are two differences, Oloroso and Pedro Jimenez sherry casks. So what they do is they take the original 10, they keep it in one vat. They take the original 10, finish it in Pedro Jimenez, and then they take the original 10, finish it in Oloroso sherry cask, and then they marry all three together. And this is what you get, the Lasanta. Now let's dive on to this one. The nose is sherry. There's no mistaking it. Compared to the 10, it's much heavier, much heftier. There's an added 12 years, so there's oak spice in here. But once you pass that oak spice, a lot of cinnamon, a lot of roasted nuts, molasses, deep, dark molasses, red berries, and juicy, like the coulis they put over certain what are they, cheesecakes. Does you know, berry compotes. Yeah, very winey as well. Cognac-like almost, although Glenmorangie does have a cognac finish as well. I think that's 13 years of age. But that's not always available, so I'm not doing those types of finishes. There's so many other versions. Let's go on to the palate. Very pretty. Oh, very pretty. Roasted nuts, cinnamon, molasses, honey, dark honey, cherries, cherry juice, like cinnamon apple cake, and the finish is very malty, oak spice, peppery, and maraschino cherries. Those cherries that's dipped in a little bit of an alcohol, put on you know, cocktails, and those heavy, robust cherries. And if we do a comparison, it's very different now. But yeah, on the nose you can feel the original bourbon finish one, bourbon matured one in this one. Now, head to head, it's easier to understand. You get the bourbon, vanilla, and caramel notes in here, where then you is ever apparent here. But this feels just so extremely light. This feels like water compared to this one. Yeah, beautiful cinnamon, nutmeg, dark spices notes with a lot of red berries, cooked fruit, stewed apple. Yeah, it's not, you get the PX sweetness and the Oloroso spiciness there. The 12 years of age is showing some oak spice in there. The finish is peppery, a little bit bitter, but it's a very sweet, very delicate, but mouth-coating whiskey. It's bottled at 43% ABV. I bet it's chill filtered, but I can't see that it's added any caramel coloring, so that's good. They have some active casks, it means that. Well, okay, so yeah, this is a simple one, and this first review I wanted to do the Lasanta to get a quick information out there for you guys about what I'm doing. So I'm going to recommend this 3 Glencairns, and I'm going to recommend this 3 Glencairns. These are no-brainer whiskeys. They're very budget friendly. And if you like sherry whiskies, sherry finish malts, this is a perfect example, a very nice introductory example. I am not a massive sherry fan, but this is not offensive to me. I do enjoy it. It's not overly sweet. The Oloroso casks and PX marriage is very well done. It's a very well made whiskey. You'll see that with Glenmorangies. They're incredibly engineered and properly made. There's no boutiqueness about it. It's very, they know what they're doing and they follow the perfect recipe for it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I know I rushed a bit maybe today, but the next reviews are going to be a bit more considered and a bit more relaxed, because we're going to talk more about the whiskey, the wine finish whiskey we're trying at that time. But these two are no-brainer whiskeys. Just go get them. There's no way you're not going to like them. You know, they're not cutting edge. They're not game changers, but they're just good whiskeys. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And welcome to the Glenmorangie month. I'll see you next week. Cheers.